before I start, I once had the pleasure of giving a speech during the Christmas shopping season at the Microsoft store in Bellevue Square.
Wow.
Which,
You're an Oprah.
so I've done challenging venues before. But I didn't come here to talk to you about that. I came here to talk to you about stuff that we do around the winter holidays. And it's propitious that the word of the day is solstice. Because one of the holidays that is celebrated around that time of year is actually the solstice. If we were Celtics, we would either be playing basketball on a parquet floor or rolling burning evergreen boughs down a hill to encourage the sun to come back. If we were ancient Romans, we'd be celebrating Saturnalia, which would require us to be drunk until, where's John? Require us to be drunk into January. Sidebar. The reason that the months are named September, October, November, and December is they are the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th month of the year. Because the Roman year started in March, which prevented them from having to close the books out on the year when they were drunk after Saturnalia. And then there's Hanukkah, which in Silicon Valley is celebrated by the miracle of the venture capitalist funding that was only supposed to last for 1 month but lasts for 8. But of course, for most of us, the holiday that we celebrate around the solstice is Christmas. And every family has their traditions around Christmas. And every family has a particular entertainment that they associate with that time of year. Some families go all Victorian and listen to A Christmas Carol. They read it out loud to each other. Those families who can manage to watch Will Ferrell without losing their eggnog watch the movie Elf. My son-in-law and his family are very fond of a movie called A Christmas Story, which Bob and I, having grown up in the greater New York area, remember as a conglomeration of stories that Gene Shepard used to tell on the radio on WOR. But in the Copeland household, there is the perennial debate. For some members of the family, it isn't Christmas until Hans Gruber has fallen off the Nakatomi Tower. For other members of the Copeland family, it isn't Christmas until Clarence has his wings and George Bailey's brother has drunk a toast to his big brother, the richest man in town. And there's a reason why that contrast exists in our family, because it's the commonalities there that we find interesting. Both of the main characters in those movies are taking care of the communities around them. Now, in organizational terms, John McClane in Die Hard is using task-oriented management. He has a goal, and by God, he's going to go for it. Even if it involves Hans Gruber falling off the tower. George Bailey, in It's a Wonderful Life, is part of a relational organization. He's interested in taking care of the relationships in the community. But in his own way, John McClane in Die Hard is taking care of his community one person at a time by concentrating on saving his wife. Sorry, I'm being carried away by the music here. But it's important that, so the commonalities are important, but for those of us who are frustrated by Christmas shopping, there is nothing for it but to watch Die Hard and get our frustrations out by things blowing up. On the other hand, for me, the real spirit of the season is embodied in George Bailey taking care of his community and being willing to sacrifice himself for the sake of taking care of the people around him. So, anyway, thank you, Mr. Chestnut.